Hey everyone, it's CubeChamp, and today we're going to be doing walkthrough solves in every event that I'm good at. So for 2x2, I use the YJ-UPO V2. So for this scramble, I immediately see this red-white bar here, and I see a really easy case here for white. So what I will do is I'm going to go ahead and put this in, and I'm just going to set this on top. And through that, I'm going to kind of predict OLL, but I'm not super great at it yet. But I know this one, so if I do that, it's going to be on the side. I go ahead and see this here, and then I happen to know this CLL. I don't know all CLLs, but then it'd be solved. So I go ahead and got one more scramble here. For this one, I think I'm going to go ahead and do blue, because I can do something like this to give me a solved face on the bottom. Then I'll go ahead and do OLL, and then PLL. For 3x3, I use the X-Man Tornado V3 flagship version, and I am only white cross at the moment. I'm trying to get better with it, but that's what I'm using right now. And so right away, I noticed these two that I can put in, and then for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and put the blue over here with the green. That way, when I put the red in, it's gonna be paired with this, and I'll be able to put it in. So to do that, put this in, put this down, and then I'll move this out of the way over here. Solve this, and then I'll go ahead and solve the red like that. And then as I was doing this, I already noticed this pair in the back, so I would have gone ahead and put that in and probably rotated this way. I see this pair here, but I'm obviously not going to do anything about it because I probably wouldn't have seen it in the solve. So I'll go ahead and do this. I would probably have noticed this pair next, so I'll do something like this. And then I'll probably cancel into this because I see this pair as I'm going, so I'll rotate, put it in the back, and then rotate, and then I go ahead and cancel into a sledgehammer. I go ahead and do OLL, and I'll go ahead and do PLL. So for 4x4, I use the YJ MGC 4x4. I use the yellow method, and I could start on either white or yellow center. So for this, I'm going to go ahead and notice this bar already on white, so I'll just go ahead and do white. So I can offset this, put these together, and then solve that to the bottom. I'll probably just go ahead and solve this as a bar, even though I have this over there, which would have been nice, but practically I probably wouldn't have seen it. So I'll go ahead and throw that bar together and solve it. I'll go ahead and do my yow edges, so I'll put the reds together first. And then I see these two greens probably. The greens, put it in. Orange. And then I already have the blues together conveniently that I noticed earlier. I have blue bars already, so I'll go ahead and put those together. And then I'll pair this edge up here with this, so it becomes out of the way for the rest of it. Continue as normal, nice easy bar there. And then I go ahead and solve the green, just make an L, and then I'll solve the last L. So I'll go ahead and solve this last edge for our last cross edge. And then I use 3, 2, 3 edges. Right off the bat, I would solve this one, but I noticed that this is here, so I just take that out, and I'll slice, put that in. And then I see this is here, so I'll go ahead and just flip it. And then I saw that earlier, so I'll do that. Now I have all those edges done. So I see this one up top, put it in, and then I gotta find this one, which is up here. Go ahead and slice it back. Then I got the last two edges up here, which I can solve by just doing a slice, sledgehammer, and then slice back. And I'll just go ahead and solve like a normal 3x3. And then I got parity, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it from here because then I'll get just a line case instead of an L. Let's go ahead and solve the parity. And then I happen to not know this OLL, so I'll just slice, and then I know it goes into this. And then I just get left with a nice V perm, and we're done. So for 5x5, I also use the YJ MGC, and I use yow, and I could start on either yellow or white. So for here, I'll probably start on white just because I see this here and this there, which is nice, and I can go ahead and pair that. I'll go ahead and make a square there, and then I know this is on the bottom, so I'll make a 2x3 like that. I see these two together, so I'll go ahead and just do that, and find that on the bottom, solve our first center. And on the top here, I'll probably just immediately solve this one, then I can do that. And then from here, probably I would do something like this, where I just pair these two together, and then throw it up there. I see this over here, but I'll save it because I'll go ahead and put that with that. And then I can solve the last line there, put it up like that. Then I'll go ahead and do my Yao edges. So, get the blue there, and then find the other blue, which is right here. I'd probably solve these two, so find the other one, like that. And go ahead and put that into place. And then I'll do red just because I see the other one. And the last one's right here. So put the reds together and put it opposite of orange. And then I'll put the last one like this. And I like to just keep this on the bottom, that way it's already solved when I do the cross. So I'll go ahead and see this square here, I'll probably just keep that. So I'll go ahead and put the line with it. And I'll pair this leftover piece with this one. And then on the bottom, I'll have to move the edge out of the way to move the bottom. But I'll go ahead and pair this, and then put all that together. And then I'll put the green up with that way it's out of the way for the rest of this. So, go ahead and keep using my little lines of 2 here. Put this one with that too. And then I can do a fancy little trick here, like that, just to get my last line. And I'll go ahead and put the line in up here like that. And then for the last one, I do orange on top, and I see that I have 2 lines here and 1 here, so I'll go ahead like that. I'll make the last one. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do this, because it leaves me with this, which I can solve like this. And then I'll go ahead and put this over and down, and I'll be good. And I can go ahead and start doing edges, so right off the bat I notice these. So I can do like that, and I've probably taken a note this because I'll probably do that immediately next. So we'll go ahead and solve that. And then I'll throw this down, and I see this, so I'll put it like this. And I probably notice this next, and the other one's right up here, so I'll go like that. And I'll do a sledgehammer to flip it and go back. And I notice this again, and I also notice this that will get solved, but I'm not going to be able to use that, so sledgehammer. Then put it up here. I also have this one solved, but I can go ahead and use that immediately because when I slice back, I know that I have this, so I'll probably just take this out and immediately do that. And I'll probably preserve this little thing here, the opposites, so they're together. So I'll put it like this and then go like that. And then here it's gonna be good. I'm not gonna have any sort of edge parity or anything. So let's do a sledgehammer, slice, sledgehammer, and slice back. And then with the last two, I'll do a slice move down the middle, and then I'll do a sledgehammer and then back, and our edges are done. So now I'll go ahead and just solve like 3x3. Go ahead and do OLL and PLL. For Pyraminx, I use the Yushin Little Magic and I use Keyhole. So I'm gonna go ahead and just solve all the tips immediately here. And then I notice red because I have little blocks here that I can use, so I'll probably just go ahead and solve that. I also see that this is gonna be flipped in the spot, which isn't good, but at least I know it. So I'll go ahead and put it like this and see that this is flipped. So I'll replace it with this. And then I immediately have one of these solved already, so I'll go ahead and just do a sledgehammer, and then we're done. All right, go ahead and show one more example here. Go ahead and solve the tips right off the bat. Looking around here at this one, I would say I'd probably go with yellow, just because I can get rid of this flipped edge immediately. So I'll go ahead and put it up there with that, and I'll put that and then there. And then from here, just put that one in like that. And then I'll solve this here. I'll do a sledgehammer to finish it off. then for square one, which is probably my best event, I use the YJ MGC square one. It's very, very good. I'm gonna go ahead and move these like this. That way I can go into scallop kite here. Go ahead and do scallop kite. Solve our corners. And then solve our edges. I set them like this and then do this algorithm. On the bottom I have headlights here, so I'll set this here and solve it like that. And then I notice I have double parity, so I'll go ahead and just do M2, U2, M2 to fix that. And then I'm left with UZ, which I would solve like this. And then I'll set these, solve like that. And I'll just flip the equator.